Do you ever realize that truth comes with a cost? We sit there and say that we want truth, but at the end of the day, do you understand that it really costs something? And one of the things that I can say it definitely costs that we struggle with as human beings is that it costs us comfort. A lot of us will tell one another that, hey, when I'm going to tell you, I want the truth. But the truth that we receive from that, it causes our comfort to go away. It causes our comfort to feel uncomfortable. And when we feel uncomfortable, we start to run away. When we feel uncomfortable, we start to deflect and not realize that that truth that made us uncomfortable is something that's been exposed in ourselves. So you really got to sit here and ask yourself, do people really want truth or do they just want reassurance? Do they want something that's going to cost them comfort but make them solid, or do they want something that's going to choose comfort rather than make them weak? See, you can't put people around you that claim and talk they want truth, but in reality, when you tell them the truth, their immediate response is to shut down, or the immediate response is always an excuse, or the immediate response is not, I understand where you're coming from, let me fix what I'm doing, or they just want the reassurance where it's like, you know what you're doing all right, when in reality, it's not. Reality, what you're doing isn't doing you no right at all. Like, understand that reassurance feels easier. Reassurance tells you what you want to hear. Reassurance makes you feel comfortable about yourself. But why do we sit in this reassurance state when we don't prepare ourselves to be uncomfortable? We don't prepare our souls to feel convicted when something that we're doing isn't right. And it's like when we're exposed and when we literally deflect and analyze our situation and understand that what I'm doing isn't right, we tend to run away from it instead of sitting there, acknowledging truth, acknowledging that the truth can solidify you and make you solid to make you a better character than turning into someone who's been so weak. Just imagine I tell you something that you want to hear. Think about how weak that makes you, that weak that makes you are. Because a lot of times, especially during the social media stuff, there's trouble that comes with this. There's people that's going to tell you a lot of things, but it's like, are you really meant for it? So ask yourself, what do you value more? Feeling good right now or growing into something solid in the future? Ask yourself, is this something that can possibly make me into a better person down the road? Or is this something that I can receive in a comfort feeling and make me weak in the future? I always get told this, and a lot of people think it's true. A lot of people think I have friends. A lot of people think that I have a lot of friends. A lot of people think that I am a man who is so friendly when it comes to people adapting in my circle. And for the ones who understand, is that I am a man who spits directly truth. I am a man who is straightforward. And one thing I've learned that I failed to realize down the road before is that the way that I deliver truth, it started to expose the inner me. Because the problem isn't that I'm not exposing truth. No, the problem is that the way I'm exposing truth, my deliverance isn't the way it needs to be, especially when I'm talking to women. See, when I talk to a man, it's like I tell him how it is, whether regardless of how they feel. But when it came to a woman, I would always used to talk to them the same way until I really had to be exposed and really had to understand that the way that I speak to a woman is different than the way I speak to a man. And it's like, even when I speak to a man, sometimes the men that I speak to rather choose comfort than truth, rather choose reassurance than truth. And it's like, you sit there and you analyze, and it's like, do I really sit here and really keep telling you the truth? Because the way that you respond to truth is truly wasting my time. Or do you want to just respond to reassurance? Would you rather respond to truth to make you solid in the future, or rather would you respond to reassurance that make you weaker in the future and it doesn't make you a better man or it doesn't make you a better woman? And it's like, this is why I struggle to have friends, because it's like everybody doesn't want truth in their life. They'll sit here and they'll tell you that I want honesty, but when honesty is being received and honesty is being spread to you, it's an emotional shutdown. And it's like a lot of times it's even us men, we are weak. There's a lot of men out here that are emotionally weak, and it's like when you try to tell them right for wrong, they think you judging or they think that you're hating or whatever the case may be. And it's just like, bro, like as a man of God, bro, I'm a man of truth. And just as the same way I'm exposing truth to you, I want you to expose truth to me.